Hello.
I'm Myki Angeline with the Women's International Music Network and 98 Rock here in Sacramento, and it is my honor to interview Legends of Sacramento. LUXT are back, but they took like a 20-year vacation, and they are back. They've got their reunion show at Goldfield's Roseville, November 22nd. Y'all say hi and introduce yourselves.
I'm David, guitar.
I'm Anna, vocals.
I'm Crash on bass over here.
I'm Erie on drums, and I also sing.
And you also sang. So we'll get into your history in a second, but I'm really excited to find out what gave you the idea to come on back as a band, and do you have new music coming out?
It was my wife. She's like, I said, you know, I'm really proud of what we did with LUXT. She's like, you should do it again. It's like, fuck, okay.
Actually, it was more like, Erie, you're already doing 2 bands. You should do one more.
Yeah.
Are you really into bands?
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So he called me and said,
She's like, what the fuck do you want?
yeah, I hadn't talked to him in a very long time, and he said, hey, do you want to have you thought about LUXT in the past 20 years? Have you thought about doing it again? And I was like, well, of course I have. He's like, well, what do you think about doing it now? So I said, let me think about it. I
She's
think I
like-
took a few weeks, did I not?
Yeah.
2
That
weeks?
was
maybe?
pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then I told him, if she says yes, we're calling him.
Yeah, we had to call David. And I called David, and he was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I agreed right off the bat. That was a no-brainer.
So why the 20-year hiatus?
Well, actually, that was what kind of set it off in my head. I'm like, you know, it's been 20 years since we played our last show. It was that exact month. And that's what started me thinking about LUXT and thinking about, because we were working, we did 2 bands. I've been doing music nonstop for 20 years, and it's kind of like, I really miss doing that. I wonder if we could make that happen again.
So we did.
So here we are. I said yes, and that was it, right?
It's been on,
Well,
nightly ever
in the
since.
last 20 years, I've made a ton of contacts. I've got a lot of connections. We've got all the gear for it and everything. I was like, it would be very, very not easy to do the band because it's a lot of work, but easy to make it happen.
Yeah.
And easy to put together shows. And, you know, because I've met a lot of people and I have a lot of connections with people and everything like that. So I'm telling them, I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I can make it happen. They're like, okay. So we made it happen.
And then it's more than that. It's everybody jumped in.
Yeah.
Everybody jumped in feet first and is making all of it happen.
They're making me feel embarrassed that I don't work hard enough.
It really, the camaraderie between us is, not that it wasn't good before, but it's entirely different. It's like we just really
Totally
like
different.
gel, like it just kind of happened, like it's just perfect.
Well,
it's like a divine intervention. Like
Yeah.
we just,
Yeah.
it was
Everything
the
just fell into
timing,
place right.
everything. We've matured, like just all of it. We just
20
kind of
years
speak each other's
ago,
language.
20 years ago, the entire music industry was very different. You were trying.
Oh, I know.
You were trying so hard to get on a label. You were trying hard to impress the right people. You were trying to do all this stuff. What's happened to, because Crash and I have been doing music for 20 years, underground, not getting on. We got on some labels, but small labels and stuff. But we're just like, it's reversed itself. It's the opposite now. Now you can do it all yourself. You don't have to have a label. You don't have to be, you know, you can get big on TikTok or Facebook or whatever else like that, and then people will come to your shows rather than playing shows to try to get people to come to buy your records. It's
So that's the
reversed.
question, because when you were all hot, which you were, MySpace was the big thing. People still printed out flyers, stapled them to venues, begged Starbucks to
Yeah.
put them up. But now you're dealing with the need of having an online presence,
Yeah.
the noise of digital and having to promote yourselves in that fashion.
Yeah.
Is that something you're prepared to deal with, especially with new music coming out?
Absolutely, and part of that is exactly what you just said. MySpace literally happened right when we broke up.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
And
so
I
we had
used-
none of that online
But
presence.
MySpace was so good for music. We did a band called Blown Load. David was actually in that band too.
Say what?
Blown Load.
Yeah, you heard that right.
Yes.
You heard it right.
Blown
yeah.
load.
Yeah.
I was
Okay,
not
I just
in it.
wanted to
And
make
it
sure I got
sounds
that.
just like
That's
it's
correct.
I like
Alright.
the name.
One word.
But
Let me make it clear, though. I was not in that band.
No,
Okay.
he was not.
Thank you for that clarification. I appreciate that, Anna.
But it was fun. But my point is, we got 20,000 followers on MySpace. We went on tour, and they thought we were on a huge label and everything because they didn't know the difference back then. And then, of course, MySpace realized, oh, you got to monetize this, and then it turned into a big just a slush fest of advertisements, and everybody got sick of it. And then Facebook said, we're not going to do that. Facebook is very musician unfriendly, very. So we do what we can with Facebook, and we understand that. But man, if we had the tools that we had with MySpace for LUXT back then, it would have been insane. So that's what we're doing now. TikTok is kind of like the MySpace now.
And then so give the listeners the idea behind why your band is named LUXT.
I was a graphic designer, and I'm playing around with words, and it was the word lust with an X, and it looked cool.
That does look cool.
Yeah, and I think that we wanted one syllable.
Yeah.
And we wanted something very easy for people to remember, but also something that would look, for marketing purposes, would be easy to read, and that's why we did all caps. But yeah, it means nothing.
Yeah, I was in graphic design and advertising, so it was planned.
From a branding perspective, it's still brilliant today. It's even better today for
And
social media. So congratulations on
when
that.
we started,
and
we
the
went
caution yellow tape, whatever that's called.
That's the first thing I thought when I saw
high
it. I saw it.
visibility. We went around town and just plastered that logo everywhere, and it worked.
Yeah, we used to give away stickers at shows, like we never sold them, and people would just grab handfuls. They'd be wearing them on their bodies. They'd be making T-shirts with them, and
Well,
it was great promotion.
For the
Great promotion.
first 4 years, we were part of the underground industrial scene. We went out on little industrial tours. We came back in our tour in '99 and said, fuck that. Let's just start playing with metal bands. Let's just start playing the rock scene. And that's what we did, and it worked really, really well.
that worked very
Like,
well.
Actually kind of shocked us.
After opening for Rammstein.
We'll open for Rammstein. We played with a lot. We've done a lot of tours. We've done a lot of stuff like that. And then we came back and said, let's just focus just on Sacramento. And it just blew the fuck up.
See, and I think that's important because I remember back when I was doing the music scene, there would be artists, and I know you know what I'm talking about, where they just saturated Sacramento every week doing some local bar instead of leaving Sacramento, instead of leaving California. You all were all over the U.S. touring even with big names. And I remember the Sammys.
Yes.
Because those are a big deal. I loved the Sammys. You had, I think you said 3, right?
Yeah.
They put us in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And then told us we can't win anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're just too
right.
popular and everybody loves you too much.
You guys are too cool. Got to stop it. No.
We can't handle the coolness.
No, and Kylie Brooks was running the local scene back
Yeah,
then.
that's Mama, right? The Modesto one.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Mama
Yeah,
Awards.
one of
Yep.
Mama. Kylie Brooks is running the 98 Rock local scene. Huge help to us. Got us on a lot of, helped us get on compilations and things like that. We did interviews on the radio. But also there was a DJ called Hook who has has Abe's slot. Abe has his like 3 to 7.
Yes,
Hook had
yes.
that. He played us in the background of all of his spots when he was talking all day long, and he would come to all of our shows. Really
And don't
helped
forget the
us.
late Mark Gilmore.
And Mark Gilmore helped a
R.I.P.
lot.
Love that man. Oh my gosh, we had a benefit for him at Old
Yeah.
Boardwalk because of his cancer and raising money.
Yeah.
So he could go to Disney World because he had never been before he passed
they love
away.
Disney World.
Yeah, his daughter Bree is still around. In fact,
Bree is
she
coming to the
she's
show.
supposed to come
yeah
to the
she
show.
messaged me. She's like, "Are you going to the show?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yes, baby, I'm going to the show."
Excellent.
Oh,
Excited.
so now I have to ask you this question as a woman in the industry, because it had to have been tough back then. How do you feel about it now?
I think now there's a lot more space for it. It's not saturated, which is good. I think women are still, making that surgence, especially in the rock world. But yeah, it's definitely going to be different now because there is more space for that. There's more. I think people are more interested in female-fronted rock bands now.
I mean, because back then, hopefully it doesn't happen now, but back then, weren't you mistaken for like the guitarist's girlfriend? Did they ever say to you when you walked into a room? Because I would hear too many women tell me they thought you, whether lead singer, whether bass player, whether drummer, that they were the girlfriend of somebody in the band. Did you ever run into that back in the day?
No, I never did.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, Anna,
I love that
Anna,
for you.
She was a force on stage. When you saw LUXT, you fucking knew you were watching LUXT. We were getting such a buzz. We put an ad in Alive and Kickin' that just said LUXT, believe the hype. That's all we put. And it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We were different. We lived on the outsides of things. Mm-hmm. And we didn't make a big deal about the fact that it was a female-fronted band. It's just like, this is what you fucking get.
That's true. I don't think we never promoted it as female-fronted.
Yeah, we never
just
went
did
that
it.
way.
And yeah, she got.
And so we didn't. We just were us, right? Yeah. There was no. I don't even know how to articulate that. We just didn't
But
push
we
it that
also-
way.
We're just
band.
just a band like
We
every
also
other,
didn't
everybody
sound
else.
like anybody. We didn't look like anybody. We didn't show up and rock out like anybody else. Like, everything was very unique about what we did, and I think it still is.
Well, we didn't give a fuck. She didn't care if anybody had something bad to say about the fact that she was a female front. And, we just didn't care. We just like take it or fucking leave it.
Yeah.
You want to leave, leave. And then we'd play the fucking Colonial and sell it out 600 people just.
And thank goodness the Colonial is still around.
Yeah.
There's still a couple of other places that are good for all ages.
Yes.
Because that's what's really missing still in Sacramento.
Absolutely.
And I believe your show is all ages.
It is.
So I'm glad that Goldfields is opening the doors for that, because I'm also a board officer with Girls Rock Sacramento, and so having a place where young people can go and envision where their future could be with music is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was, we always tried to play all ages shows because, well, I mean, you could get more people, obviously, but it was just, our fans were, anywhere between 15 and 24. That was our demographic at the time. And then as we started building, like they were saying, in 99, when we started playing with more rock or metal bands, then we started getting a lot more females to our shows, but we also got a lot of guys to our shows too. It was a very mixed bag, but we certainly had, I don't know if we had more females at our shows than the other bands did. I'm not really sure.
Probably. Well, we came from the industrial scene, which is not male-centric at all.
Right.
That's
and it's
true.
very queer friendly, and it's very all of those things that weren't acceptable in like the metal scene or whatever else. So we just came into it and we're just like, this is what we are, And for some reason, it was just, I don't want to say it was accepted. It was not accepted to not accept it. Does that make sense?
The punk rock attitude.
Yeah.
Yes. So then now, because now is this your first show back since you've?
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's
Yep.
the thing, because I'm almost anticipating your OG fans bring in their nephews, their kids,
That's what it's
their
gonna be.
baby
Yes,
cousins,
they
and
are.
it's going to be so freaking badass. So now, I'm telling you, the older songs I've been playing them since yesterday, because I'll be honest, didn't hear about you until Alexa. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
And
Alexa.
so, very polished, very hard, very professionally sounding songs. And
Thank you.
look, so I can see when you're saying what you're saying, I see why you were such a force and why they were like, you can't win any more Sammys. Like, I totally get that. So then now, how do you feel? How does it feel playing the old songs together again? Like
Fucking
you've been
awesome.
rehearsing
Really,
today, right?
really good.
It's like, I can't even describe
We've
how
got
good
better
it feels.
gear.
It's-
We've just
The
honestly,
energy is insane.
we're better now than we were 20 years
Yeah.
ago.
The sound is
I would say so,
cleaner.
yeah.
The equipment that we use now, the sound is much cleaner. But here's the great thing. I mean, we've continued for 20 years doing a whole bunch of different bands. But these two came back into it with everything they had before. They came in hard and fast, and they are killing it.
Well, and at the end of 10 years, we were exhausted. We were fighting with the label thing. There was a lot of bullshit that went on. Everybody kind of had these hopes and dreams that didn't always align, etc. Where now it's like, fuck, man, let's just do it. That's the thing I miss more than anything was the love of just doing it.
That was hard back in the day because labels tried to make you into something you weren't because they wanted to be able to sell you across the board.
And
they would
they
make
did.
you write new songs that didn't sound anything
Exactly
like you
what
were.
they did.
They would
Exactly
make
what
you
they did.
scrub your online presence so then they can act like they actually invented you.
Yeah.
That was what you went through in the beginning, whereas now labels are kind of
I felt
have
like
nothing to
what
do with
happened
it.
was they tried to reinvent our sound that we had already invented quite nicely.
Yeah, they were like, oh, you're popular. Let's take that and make it this. I'm like, but we're popular because of this.
It's
Why
like
would
very
you want to
liberating
But-
right now not to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
With that stuff.
It doesn't. We don't have to be on a label to be able to afford to make recordings, to be able to afford to make videos. It's all. We know how to do it. It's free.
Yeah.
So just make it as much as we possibly can. But I think the thing. I had a thought.
And it just ran away.
Yeah, I just ran away. I'm
You
old
get
now.
so excited. That's why.
I
Do you
get
are you
excited.
playing anything new on the
Yes.
22nd?
We're going to play
Yes.
2 new songs.
2 new songs.
And yeah.
Oh,
2 new
that's what I
songs.
was going to say. One thing we did, we worked with different producers, and they tried to get us to learn to write pop hooks better, but I did learn how. And what I've learned how to do in the last 20 years is make it fit the sound we want and still have the hooks and still have the memorable things that go over and over again.
Yep.
It's literally going back to kindergarten and then going back to preschool. Keep it simple, stupid, as they say, you know, but then that doesn't mean the sound can't be what we had, this massive, angry, just badass.
So what are the names of the 2 songs?
The new ones?
Yes.
One is called You,
one
and the
is-
other one is called Bright Black Sun.
And how close are they to or your original sound, or is there an evolution? Evolution, can you think of the word?
Elevation?
Yes.
They're definitely
Evolution.
a little more elevated.
Yeah.
They're,
Well-
but they're close to the old sound for sure.
Honestly,
But more hooky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more hooky. At the end, we had written a ton of songs, and I forgot how many because they're sending them to me. I didn't even have them. They sent them to me, and there's like, what, 100 fucking songs.
It's a lot.
insane.
Ridiculous, yeah.
So,
Do you have either of those 2, like, available to download, buy?
Not yet.
yet.
So this will be brand new. If you want to hear these songs, you need to
gotta
come.
be
You have to come to the show.
Goldfield's Roseville, November
right.
22nd.
Yeah.
That's right.
I like that.
Yes.
Okay then.
So this is where we will debut those 2 new songs.
Yes.
And then as we round this up, what is the future of LUXT after this show?
Keep going.
Keep going
Let's-
harder than we ever did before.
Yeah.
I have so much gratitude for these 3 coming back and doing this because it just makes so much sense.
Don't
all
make me
of this.
cry.
Yeah, no, we've been talking. We keep sending stuff to each other, being like, I'm crying now. I
They're very sappy. It's great.
no,
for
it
me.
is.
I
We
love
worked
it.
so hard for so long to build what we had, and it's still there, and we can still enhance it and turn it into something so much better than it was before.
Yeah.
We're focused now.
I am so excited. Thank you, all of you, for taking time to talk with me and looking forward to the show. Everyone, again, Goldfields, Roseville, November 22nd. Get your tickets now and be there.